Leah never imagined that after being reincarnated into another world, she would actually gain the ability to rewrite the storyline. The enemy army, which even the protagonist couldn't defeat, could be easily wiped out by Leah with just one boss she drew. The boss, however, only released the weakest of skills, yet it was enough to destroy the entire Zerg army. Jack, who had just looked down on Leah, was stunned. When he first met Leah, she was just a rookie who couldn't even defeat a single Zerg. If it hadn't been for his help, Leah would have already been dead by now. Watching the strange abilities the others were using, Leah didn't know what was going on. Just not long ago, Leah was eating at her office when something got stuck in her throat, causing her to faint. When she woke up, she found herself in this new world. At that moment, a unicorn enthusiastically greeted her, but Leah thought they were just playing some kind of role-playing game. The nearby elf, curious about Leah's outfit, mistook her for a member of the orc tribe from another country. Soon, Jack decided to return to the town, and upon hearing this, the unicorn immediately changed shape, inviting everyone to ride on its back. Leah was shocked. Could it be that she really had traveled to another world? By afternoon, Leah was wandering alone in the town, and coincidentally, a celebration banquet was being held. The townspeople were grateful to Jack for protecting them. Looking at the familiar characters around her, Leah suddenly realized that this world was the very movie she had loved as a child. As she remembered what was about to happen, Leah rushed to Jack and told him that the Zerg they had just encountered was a scout, and that the entire Zerg army would launch a full-scale attack on the town that very night. But Jack didn't believe her. His scout companions hadn't given any alerts. Leah quickly explained that the scouts were recharging, and once they woke up, it would be too late. However, the unicorn had long grown tired of Leah. It told her to go stand by the stinky sewer. Leah was furious. Not only had the unicorn failed to take her back to the town earlier, now it was insulting her. Leah wanted to teach the unicorn a lesson, but Jack stopped her. He wouldn't trust someone who bullied his companions. That night, Leah, hungry, could only watch as the others ate. Jack was proudly showing off his chicken drumstick, which made Leah upset. She couldn't believe that the protagonist of this movie was so petty. At that moment, she decided she no longer cared about what would happen next. While the Zerg were repelled, Jack would still pay a heavy price. The entire town would be destroyed, and the unicorn would die as well. At that moment, the guards sounded the alarm, signaling the arrival of the Zerg army. Jack, stunned, glanced at Leah, but there was no time to waste. He immediately rushed to the front lines. The soldiers, looking at the Zerg army before them, were desperate. The Zerg had sent a massive force, and this was the last city they could defend. Leah, sneaking over quietly, saw that Jack, just like in the movie, decided to face the Zerg army alone. The scout companions also began their operation, but the enemy's numbers were too large to estimate. Jack didn't panic. He immediately ordered the unicorn and the elf to provide support from above, trying to prevent the Zerg from entering the town. Jack himself was going to face the enemy alone. Seeing this scene, Leah was reminded of the time she sat in the theater as a child, watching this very movie. It was because of this movie that Leah had decided to become an artist and chose the profession of an animation director. Although Jack's combat abilities were strong, facing so many Zerg, his stamina was constantly being drained. The elves above were also losing hope. No matter how much they attacked, the Zerg kept advancing. After a long struggle, Jack was knocked down due to exhaustion. Fortunately, the unicorn arrived just in time and took Jack to a safe place. To protect her master, the unicorn cast a spell to trap Jack and the elf in place. Then, the unicorn planned to use a self-destruct spell and sacrifice herself along with the Zerg. Watching her companion leave, Jack felt utterly hopeless. But what he didn't expect was that Leah had also arrived on the battlefield, holding something strange in her hand. Leah herself didn't know what was going on. It was something she had brought with her when she crossed over. Constantly reminding herself to draw, the flames subsided, and the Zerg army was annihilated. Leah, exhausted, fainted due